All right, the wait is over. Put your hands together for Mr. Stephen Paul Rudolph. Everyone, go louder. Come on, keep going, everyone. We are so many. Let's hear it for him. Thank you, everyone. Please take your seats. A very good morning and a warm welcome to our honorable guest of the day, Mr. Stephen Rudolph, our esteemed top management, enthusiastic PSA Hostel and Food Committee members, my ambitious students and admirable colleagues. You shall be amazed to know that in the year 1994, an American with an Indian heart landed in a place called Faridabad. The proponent of a novel concept in education called multiple nature, an American educationist, a public speaker, the best-selling author, and a researcher. Of the Jiva Public School, he is the founder, and of the Jiva Institute, an educational director. The first to introduce internet in Indian schools, to choose the streams and ideal careers, he has laid the perfect roots. Born with unique nature's strength and abilities, he has identified each person's 9 natures to varying degrees. A unique personality who is here for all your queries to solve is none other than Mr. Stephen Paul Rudolph. May I now request our principal sir, Mr. Harvinder Singh Khalsa, to please escort and felicitate the analytical personality, Mr. Stephen Paul Rudolph. Can we hear it for him once again and go really loud, everybody? An esteemed, honorable, and a unique personality. It won't be wrong to say that he is the one who is responsible for transforming the stereotypical chocolate, vanilla, strawberry options of careers, that's the doctor, engineer, lawyer, to pursue these offbeat careers, the blackcurrant cookies and cream and the chocolate mousses of the occupational world. You need to be grateful to him as he's here to guide you and lead you to pursue your dreams, yet maintain your family ties and cultural traditions that form the basis of your lives. We shall now distribute the feedback forms to parents as well as teachers. We have special forms for everybody. And before I hand over the mic, this is to tell you that before you step out of the auditorium, you are supposed to hand back the feedback forms. Over to you.
Today, because we have some important stuff to share with you. And of course, dear students. So we have students from which classes are here now? Which class? 8th, let me see, 8th, show me your hands. Where are you, 8th? Okay, hello, 8th. Okay, 9th, are you, any 9ths are here? Hello, 9ths. I think 10th is here or not here today? 11th? Some are here. 10th, where are you? Okay, so scattered throughout. Okay, 11th, any? 11th, hi guys, nice to see you. Any 12th? Okay. All right, so we have a mixture of students that are here. 8th through 11th, we have some parents, we have some teachers, and we're going to talk a little bit about some really important things today. And the most important thing that we're going to talk about, I think everybody is interested about this point, which is that all of you students are here studying in school, working hard, day to day. Parents, you have entrusted the most important thing in your life, your children, to an institution here. Administration, you are working day in and day out. And everybody is doing this for one reason. That you want what for these children? Children also, you're working hard. Why? What do you want? What are you working so hard for? Yeah, what's your name? Jeet. Jeet says to be successful. I'm right. Jeet has to be successful because Jeet jeet jayega. So everybody's working hard because they want to be successful, right? I don't think there's anybody here who's working hard, studying so hard, because they want to be world's biggest dukkhyatma. I'm right. Nobody's thinking that every day I'm studying so hard, I want to be dukkhyatma. Yes, I mean, oh God. It can't be like that. You're working hard because you want to be successful. Parents, you're dreaming of your children's success. It's more important than anything else to you. Administration, your future depends on it. Your reputation depends on it. My question to you is that everybody wants success, right? Now, how many people think they're going to actually be a success in life? Who thinks actually? Anybody thinks that they won't be successful? No. Everybody believes, right? And parents just checking my kitchens. What is your name? Mrs. Naik. Who's your child? Abhishek. Abhishek, where are you? Let's see your hand. Abhishek. He's just checking to make sure your hand is up, Abhishek. His hand was up, I saw it. Don't worry. Don't worry. Abhishek will be successful. So when I say success, what things are we talking about? जब हम success के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, what is that definition? What are the qualities of success that you would define? बताइए. Success means what? To achieve something. बताइए. Name. Name. Yes? To achieve something.
While being happy with the people around you.
Ooh, that's a nice addition. Not just achieving, but you should also be happy
with family and friends.
Okay, good. It's a nice definition.
Success doesn't only mean achieving. You must be happy with what you have. You must be satisfied. You must be happy. You must be satisfied. You must be completely okay that, okay, I have achieved this. It's okay. You have that. Be happy with it.
Okay. So not only achievement, but to be happy with what you have. Because sometimes if you're not happy with what you have, you keep getting more, and you're still never satisfied. So to be happy, I think it's another nice definition. Anybody else wants to add anything to our list of definitions? I'm going to get my exercise today. Yes. What's your name?
Siddharth. It means to mean something in the world, to help the economy of our country, or, well, for people to know you, your friends, family, anybody in the world. Just to be known.
Nice addition. So to be known, to mean something, or maybe to improve the world in one way. Anything else? Yes.
I would give you two definitions first. My name is Chitansh. Okay, so first, in India, success means getting into IIT or IIM first. Second, my definition of success being better than yesterday, than what you were yesterday, or what you were the past month, learning something new.
I love it. So, not just IIT or something like that, but an ongoing definition that every single day you're improving. It seems like yours is more of a process rather than an end state. Nice. So for some people it's achievement, for some people it's being happy with what they have, for other people it might be making a difference in the world, or even just being better than yesterday. For some people it might be name or fame or apna sapna, money. Nobody said it. You said it? But usually people right, they say it like quietly. There's nothing wrong with money. That's also, there's something in that as well. Money is also an indicator of success to some degree. Why not? Yes?
For me, the success means, I'm Raksha. For me, the success means like to challenge yourself every day rather than yesterday, and be happy what you get. Don't be so ambitious like you are not happy with you have, but every day you have to challenge yourself. That's for myself.
Yeah. So we can keep going on with definitions, but we're starting to find out that what success means to you? And are we achieving it? So what I want to talk about is this, that if we have some idea of what success is, why is it that most people don't achieve success? Whether you say most people or many people, I mean, parents know, students might know, I certainly know. I meet a lot of people. Yeah, and so I don't find that the majority of people are quote unquote successful by your definition, if I use your definition. I don't find that most people are happy with what they have, or try to make a difference in the world, or try to make it better than yesterday. I see lots of dukkhyatmas in the world. And these same dukkhyatmas were students once like you. And if I had asked those students years ago, those people when they were students, will you be successful? They all would have told me yes. So my question to you is that, why is it that some people actually become successful and some don't? What is that? What is the reason? Yes, your hand went up first. Tell me your name too. They don't have goals? Okay. They might not be dedicated? Okay. What about hard work? Maybe. But is hard work the only answer? I mean, I see lots of people who work in day out, working hard, and they'll tell you, I work like a donkey. But they're still not happy. Yeah. Oh, their hearts are not in it. Ooh. They should love the work. Now we're getting closer. You got a little hot spot over here. What did you guys eat for breakfast? It seems like we're getting some very interesting answers. You were saying something?
Right choice.
Right choice. What I'm going to aim to share with you today is, now I can see your eyes. I couldn't see your eyes. What were you guys? What I'm going to aim to share with you guys today is an approach, is a method, a way of making the right choices, of putting your heart into things that will increase your chances of finding that success. Nobody is able to guarantee you success. That can't happen. But what I can do, I can drastically improve the possibility of your succeeding. I can share with you today a tool or a method of getting you closer and closer to your success, not just once, but on a daily basis. You see, I have a secret. I have a secret tool. Would you like to know what that tool is? Yeah. All right, now don't worry, I'll share it with you. I'm not conjuice with my secrets. I like to share my ideas. But you really have to focus, and you have to listen. You have to open up your minds, you have to open up your hearts, and you have to allow in what I'm going to tell you today. And it's not just students, it's also teachers. Teachers, you also must know. And it's also parents, you also need to know. And it's definitely the administration, you need to know this. When everybody understands what this tool is, you're going to be amazed how simple it is. And when you act on it, you're going to be amazed at how powerful it is and how fast, how quickly it will start giving you the results that you want to get. Okay. Chaitanya, are you there in the booth? Multiple natures. Yeah. Very simple. The tool that I'm going to share with you today, it's kind of like a compass of sorts. You all know what a compass is, yes? Small tool that will tell you which direction you are heading in. Well, that's like Purane Zamane, we used to actually use compasses. Now what do we use to help us get places? Yeah, now we use like GPS. Can we put the avaz thoda come on this thing, please? Okay. Now we use GPS. You've used Google Maps before, any of you? Yes? Have you used Google Maps? Most hands have gone up. You've seen it before. You're trying to get some place. I'm going to give you a tool today which is very much like a compass or a GPS, just like a Google Maps. That I'm going to share with you. It's the tool I'm going to share with you. Okay, can we go to the next slide? This is my remote click. Okay. Can you see it all the way up from the back there? Is it clear enough? You have to use Doordarshan. All right. So the multiple natures concept uses two sets of qualities. We're going to look at two sets of qualities in people. One is called MI, or multiple intelligences. The other is called MN, which is multiple natures. Right. So the premise is this, that every person has qualities in him or her. You each have qualities. You have qualities that make you special. I'm sure you're thinking, yes, I know I'm special. My mommy tells me I'm special. I must be special. Everybody's got qualities that make them unique and special. भगवान सब लोगों को तोहफे देते हैं. Yeah, wow. So nobody has to fear. Everybody has a quality. In fact, you know, I'll tell you a funny story. One day, a parent came to me with his child. And he was having trouble because the boy wasn't studying. He wasn't doing well in his padai. And the father said to me, "Hello, Mr. Rudolph. My name is Mr. Singh. Ye mera bachcha hai, aur wo dafar hai." I swear to you, I swear, that's exactly how he introduced himself and his son. I said, wait, sir. Certainly, he must have some quality. He said, "Mr. Rudolph, ye aapka bachcha hai ya mera bachcha?" I said, "Well, sir, certainly he's your son." "हाँ, ये मेरा बच्चा है और मैं कह रहा हूँ कि कोई quality नहीं है." I said, "That can't be." And in fact, I quoted a shlok to him. Now, I didn't know the Sanskrit because my Sanskrit's not so good. My Hindi is at least tutti-frutti, but my Sanskrit is not so good. But I quoted a shlok from Charak Samhita, which said that there is not a letter that cannot be made into a mantra. There is not a root, Jad, that cannot be made into a medicine. And there is not an individual without a quality. But rare is the person who can identify that quality and make that individual a success. So every single one of you has not just a quality, but many qualities. And it is the job of the administration and your teachers and your parents and yourself to find out that what are those qualities inside of you. When you figure out what your strong qualities are, half your problem is solved. You're half the way to become a success. Once you know your qualities, yes, you must do some work. We'll talk about that. Okay, so understanding what those qualities are. I look at these qualities in two sets. The first set of qualities are abilities. Those qualities are called multiple intelligences. There are 8 of them. You can see them in front of you. We'll look at them. The first one is called bodily intelligence. Bodily. To be good with your body. Some people are naturally good at sports. Some people are naturally good at sports. Good balance, maybe good dancers. How many people have that tofa? You're good naturally with sports. Let me see your hands. Right. Some people are naturally good at that. Some people are naturally good at the second one. It says Interpersonal. Do you know what that means, interpersonal? What does that mean? Good with what? Almost. Being good with other people. Communication. Inter means ke beech mein. Personal means people. So, good with other people. Socializing. Some of you have that quality, make lots of friends very easily, love to chit-chat, right? If you're sitting on a train or a plane and there's some stranger sitting next to you, right? Hello, who are you? Where are you going? Who's like that? That's a quality. But interestingly, do you get special marks for that quality in school? Like you're interpersonal, love to talk and chit-chat. Teacher gives you extra marks for that. Ma'am, just see how good chit-chatty I am. Oh, Ritu, very good. I'm giving you extra marks chit-chatting in my class. They'll never do like that. Yeah, she'll scold you and cut your marks. But the crazy thing, as soon as you graduate and you go for a job, what do they say? We want people with good communication skills. And then you say, Arey Baba, 15 saal se ab chup chap baitho. Right? You were telling me to be quiet. Now you're saying communication skills. It's bevkoofi if you think about it. So this quality, interpersonal, if you have that talkative, social, chit-chatty quality, it has a value when you look at it. The next one is called intrapersonal. Intrapersonal. Do you know what that means? Intra means what? Intra, come on. Yeah, I heard someone say inside. So people who are analytical, they think deeply, right? Have you seen this before, right? You're sitting there with your friend and you're studying, and your friend will suddenly turn to you, maybe you have maths exam. Friend will turn to you and say, Hey Gaurav, hum is dunya mein kyun aaye? And you say, Arey yaar, tomorrow's math exam, are you crazy? Hum math exam ke liye is dunya mein aaye. So this quality, this deep quality of deep thinking is called intrapersonal intelligence. It's a quality. It's a quality. We're going to look at this quality later. The next one is called logical intelligence, good with numbers, counting. Who's strong with this one? Logical, good with numbers, maths, and counting. That's a quality. There's another quality which is called linguistic, good with language, writing, words. Who's got it? The next one that's strong is there, that's called musical intelligence. Anybody strong with that quality? Musical? Yes? Who's got it? Okay. The next one is called visual intelligence, drawing, coloring, painting, art. Some of you are strong with it. Good. And the last one is called naturalistic. Good at connecting with plants, animals, nature, the environment. Have you seen this? Right? Sometimes, right, mother says, Beta, ye roti wo gai ko khila de. Right? Some kids will say, sure, mama, right? They go out there, Hare, Pushpa, right? And then cows go, and even getting on their hand, everything, oh, koi baat nahi, kitne sundar hai na. The roti and they're like, right? So that's naturalistic. The people who have that connection to the animals and the plants and the nature, that's a quality. How many people feel strong connection to the plants and nature, animals? All right, so my point is that these are different qualities and everybody has at least one of them in strength. Sometimes 2 or 3 will be strong, sometimes 4 or 5 will be strong. It's not just children, it's also parents. Even you yourself, you can look at yourself. You can look at your spouse and see that in your husband or wife, which one is strong. If you have another child, you can see in my other child which qualities are also strong. In my parents, you can see which. So you need to know what are the strong qualities. You have to know this. This is your, if you think it's just so silly, we study everything in school. We study maths, we study science, we study social science, we study. English, yayology, woology, sociology. The only thing we don't study is ourselves. You have some like self-study class where you study yourself. Do you? You have life skills class? Good. That I call Swayamology. Swayamology, the study of the self. It's important that we study, but you need to know these qualities if you really want to understand what is self. Okay, let's go to the next slide, Chaitanya. Yeah. In addition to MI, there is another set of qualities, and these are called MN, multiple natures. Now, intelligencies are your abilities. Ability with your body, ability with language, ability with nature, ability with people, etc. Natures, on the other hand, are tendencies. Tendencies. How you tend to act. How you tend to act. And there are 9 of them. And Chaitanya, let's go to the next slide. What we'll do is I'll keep them side by side because we'll talk about them as we go through. Yes, good. So you can see the natures on the right, MI on the left and MN on the right. So the first nature we'll look at is called a protective nature. Protective means the tendency to prevent harm, loss, injury, mistakes, injustice, etc. Protective. Anybody these days you see on the TV who has a protective nature, famous guy fighting corruption? Who is that? Right, very protective kind of guy, no? Right. You would have heard his campaign speeches, everything, how हमारे देश में भ्रष्टाचार हटाएंगे, right? Protective nature. Now let's do a little bit of introspection. Let's see something cool. Here come the fireworks. Get ready. If somebody is strong with bodily intelligence on the left, if they're naturally strong in bodily intelligence, and they're also naturally strong with protective nature, which career might they be good at? Army? Could be, if you're like Pelvantargi politics, maybe. Yeah, he used to explain to the customer, "Aye, madam, this is our new washer and dryer, and these are the features of this, works like this, works like that." If he can explain, if he can samjhao you achitare say that you might buy that washer dryer. So sure, salesmen also have that quality, really good. So it's not just educative means teacher, don't get me wrong. Even in business, there are people who educate. Advisors, right? You have a business advisor, a business consultant. So there's no problem. So the second one we're looking at is called an educative nature. So educative means to samjhao, and as you've given me lots of different types of careers, not just a teacher or professor, thank you, but also advisors, counselors, etc. So educative doesn't mean a teacher, it means someone who loves to samjhao, which can be in many different types of careers. Keep it in mind as it's coming. The third one on our list is called an administrative nature. Administrative. Administrative means people who like to get the job done. I call these people kaam khatam karne wale. They like to get the job done. And in a school, we have administrators, right? They're always getting this work done, that work done. And even some students, some of you are very administrative by nature, right? Head boys, head girls, and this kind of thing. Teacher gives some responsibility to you, and you want to, deadline, you love that deadline. So some people naturally have it. Which are the jobs for people who are administrative? Good. Managers? There could be CEO, C, something, O. Yes. Accountants, definitely they do a lot of administration. How about this? IAS, Indian Administrative Services. They have to get work done. They have to get government's work done. So if somebody's naturally strong in that, you want to put them on the job. Administrative. Aage chalo. Okay, thank you. Number 4, healing nature, healing. This is the quality to help get people out of pain. Help get the people out of pain. Sometimes, like you might be playing basketball or some sport like that, and your friend is going and suddenly he trips, whoa! Some people go, ow! Right? And other people go, So the people who go, ow! They have that empathy of pain, huh? They feel the pain of other people. I call that a healing nature. What are the careers for people who feel the pain of other people, want to get them out of pain? Yeah, I'm hearing lots of doctors and nurses and, yes, psychologists. Mothers? Oh, that was a good one, yes. Absolutely. Mothers, definitely. But now let's see how it works. Very cool. Let's test your ability. Let's see how smart you are. If somebody is a psychologist, from this side, which are the qualities for psychologist? Yeah, interpersonal. Can you see why? From this side, the healing. Educative also. You see how it works? So this is what I'm trying to make you understand, is that how your natural qualities inside of you add up to align with certain types of careers. And we're going to look at how to actually choose a career path once we're through. Because what I find is many people are choosing willy-nilly. They don't have a real method. They don't have a way of choosing, and it's very silly the way they choose. Healing nature. What about Ayurvedic doctor or homeopathy or naturopathy? Healing, and then which one from this side? You get what I'm talking about? That if somebody is naturalistic by nature, they love those jari booties and like this tulsi, brahmi, shantushpi, or chawanprash, something, right? If they like that and they're healing, they'll make a very good naturopath or Ayurvedic doctor. My one colleague, his name is Dr. Partap Chauhan. I don't know if you saw him on TV ever, but he's an Ayurvedic doctor. And he has that exact quality. He loves nature and he loves to heal people. That's why he's a good Ayurvedic doctor. Aage chalo. Creative nature. This is the tendency to come out with new ideas. Any of you have a very creative nature? Like you're always thinking some new thing? Okay. Now let's take a look at creative nature with careers. Is taraf, from this side, creative nature, us taraf, visual. Which is the career? Creative visual. Could be a director also, good. Could be a scientist, filmmaker, fashion designer, writer. Wait, 1 second. Writer would be which one? Creative plus? Linguistic. There you go. The visual would be the animators, fashion designers, interior design. Because a lot of times what happens is that some girl says, Mama, I want to be a fashion designer. She gets some idea. I want to be a fashion designer. It's like glamorous, right? But then she doesn't really have that visual sense. Maybe she's not that creative, but it sounds glamorous. So that's not the reason to choose a career, because it sounds glamorous. Because when you do that work, if you have to do work, but you don't have the qualities to do that work. For example, if you get a job as a manager in a top company, Infosys, but you do not have administrative nature, every day will be like janjat for you. If somebody says that you become a doctor, but you don't have a healing nature, every patient who comes to you will be like janjat for you. You know what it's like? Have you ever had an itchy sweater? You have a sweater that you wear and it's like kujali. Have you had that before? And when you have kujali with the sweater, what do you want to do with the sweater? You get it off. So when your work does not match your nature, it's like a itchy sweater. You're a doctor, but only you want to get out of your duty. You're a teacher, but only you want to go for a break and drink some chai. Follow my point? Or you can say it's like a shoe that's too tight. Have you ever had a tight shoe on your foot? Right? And it's like, oh, pinching the feet. Like, ladies, have you had that tight shoe? Maybe it's a very costly shoe that you bought from like Delhi, from like G.D.Goenka or something like, oh, it's pinching your feet. And even you go to a party and someone say, "Are Seema, those shoes are very beautiful." And you're saying, "Thank you." But inside you're saying, "I can't wait to get them off." So it's the same thing. Your job might be fashionable, looks great, high salary package, company name is really good, it's like a fancy shoe. But if it's not matching your nature, I have people who write to me that, "Mr. Steve, I have a great job, I get a great salary, very prestigious, all this, I can't stand it. Every day is torture for me. What do I do? I'm 39 years old, I'm working at Infosys as an ERP manager. Please help me. Yours sincerely, Dukhi Atma." This is a real case. I have many such people who write me. But by age 39, it's too late now, it's very late at that time. What will he do? It's hard to change now. He has a wife, he has children, he has fees to pay, he has mortgage. He's got mortgage payments to make. Entertaining nature means the tendency to attract attention and amuse people. Any of you have that? Any of you good at entertaining the class? Making a good joke from time to time? Yes. You're very quiet today. So an entertaining nature would be good for which career? Acting? Public speaking? Comedian? Stand-up comic? What about if I connect visual plus entertaining? Visual. Yes, it could be a comic artist or a comic book maker. See? I'm sorry. Director also. Fantastic advertising. Animation. You see how it works? Let's keep moving. The next one is called a providing nature. Providing. Providing is seva bhav. People who like to give, serve, help, khilao. Social worker, good. Providing. Keep going. Providing nature. Give, serve, help, khilao. Politicians should be. They should be providing to the public, not to their own pockets. No? Public servant. We call them public serve, right? Public serve the public. Providing nature, no? Should be. Yes, more and more. Providing nature, giving, helping, serving, khilao. Teachers. Chef, especially. How about air hostess? Right? Have you been on the airplane? You've seen these air hostesses? Yeah. I have a very funny story. Would you like to hear the air hostess story? Yes. एक समय की बात है. That's how the story started. एक समय की बात है. There was a girl, and let's call her Sheila. Okay. Alright, so there was a girl named Sheila, and Sheila was a student at G.D.Goenka school, and she was thinking about which career she was going to opt for. Should I go for fashion design? And Papa's saying accountant. I'm very confused. And then one day she was driving in Surat, and she saw this big hoarding. And on the hoarding, it said, there was a picture of a pretty girl there, and it said, Air Hostess Academy. AHA. Aha. Have you seen that poster before? Air Hostess Academy? Aha. And there was a girl with a topi and a little skirt, and she's pulling a trolley. AHA, aha. So she thought, wow, I want to become air hostess. So then she decided, okay, now I have to get the permission from parents, specifically from Papa, right? So there's Papa Sunday reading his newspaper, going through, and Sheila comes up to him, Papa, Papa. Papa, I want to become an air hostess. No. Oh, Papa, please. No. ठीक है फिर. Mummy. Okay. Papa takes out his checkbook, Air Hostess Academy, AHA. Ah, 2 lakh rupees. Gives the check to Sheila. Sheila goes to AHA, aha, and they teach her how to walk like an air hostess, how to talk like an air hostess. She gets a job, Indigo Airlines. They give her a topi and all those things. Skirt and trolley. And she's on the airplane, it's her first day, she's feeling very proud. And she begins her little routine, right? Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Sheila. Today we'll be flying at 32,000 feet. Vagara. The plane takes off. It's going 32,000 feet. And suddenly it begins. Madam, mujhe coffee chahiye. Madam, mujhe chai chahiye. Mujhe ye chahiye, wo chahiye. And she's thinking, ye chahiye, wo chahiye. Dimag kharab ho rahe hai. I didn't take this job for ye chahiye, wo chahiye. I took this job for the topi, the skirt, and the trolley. But every day it's the same thing. Ye chahiye, wo chahiye. Ye chahiye, wo chahiye. Even in her sleep at night, ye chahiye, wo chahiye, ye chahiye, wo chahiye. Till finally she said, stop. Enough. I don't want to be a hostess. Uh-huh. Now she's got to quit. She wants to quit, she's going to need permission. Permission from Papa. From Papa. Papa. Oh, Papa. I don't want to be a hostess anymore. What? I gave you 2 lakh rupees, AHA, uh-huh. No. Oh, Papa, please. No. Papa, please. No. Mama, yes. So there you go. Now, of course, my story is a bit exaggerated, and it's for fun. But the principle still applies very much. I see people on a daily basis picking the wrong jobs for the wrong reasons. They don't have the qualities for these jobs. So please, please, please make sure when you're picking your career, you're not picking it for the wrong reasons because it looks glamorous or it looks like it's going to be fun or those kind of things. Choose it as per your nature. Okay. The next nature is called an entrepreneurial nature, which means business sense. Which are the careers for somebody who's got entrepreneurial nature? Business person or business woman, yes. I was just reading an article about Shanaz Hussain, Kiran Majumdar, right? These are business women. Awesome. Which are the other careers for entrepreneurial people? It's not just business people. What about a principal in a school? Does a principal need to be entrepreneurial? Sure does. Fees are coming in, buses are going, teachers, salaries, staff. They have to be entrepreneurial to manage the entire place. Yes. Social entrepreneurs, NGO, the person who runs an NGO, he also needs to think about money and donations and things. Although he's not making a personal profit, it's business. A broker. A broker also requires, yes, investors. Both of your examples require the last one. What does the last one say? Can you read it? The adventurous nature. The tendency to take risk, to do dangerous things. It's a quality some of you have. Anybody have that? Like the law of patakas or bungee jumping or ride your things fast. Some of you are MTV roadies. Right? Adventurous nature. What are the jobs for adventurous people? Hikers, bikers. Guides can be. But you're also, you know what's happening is that you're thinking in a very narrow-minded way. You're thinking, okay, adventurous only means like, mountain climbing or bungee jumping. I'll challenge you. What about a journalist? Are there any adventurous types of journalists? What kind? Yeah, investigative journalists. What about, think carefully, engineers? Are there any type of adventurous engineers? Most people think engineering means like Are there any adventurous engineers? What kind of engineers? Building skyscrapers? Good, yeah. I mean, what about a chemical engineer? Think about a little sulfuric acid, little, right? Whoa, acid, boom. Lasagna. Nuclear engineer, right? I mean, this is adventurous. These people are blowing up like nuclear bombs and things. So in each profession, there are also adventurous types. What about in the field of medicine? Are there any doctors who are more adventurous type of doctors? Yeah, surgeons, certainly. You're opening up somebody's head, you're opening up their heart. That's pretty adventurous, right? If you don't have that himmat, you're never going to be able to succeed. So there you go. Those are the MIs and the MNs. Those are the MIs and the MNs. You have now officially been inducted, oriented to MIMN concept. This is the heart of everything that I do. I have shown you my secret. I have opened up the black box, and just like the magician shows you his trick, how he did it, I've shown you my trick. Now that you know the trick, you are free to take it and use it for your own success. Do you have any doubts or questions now at this point? I'll pause if you have doubts or questions about anything that I said that doesn't make sense or something that doesn't exactly seem right. Don't let me get away too easily. Come on. Any doubt, any question? You guys are smart. Yes? Yes.
So, if we are good at doing
I want to beat you.
Sir, if we are good at two things such as business and computers, so which career path we need to choose?
You answer the question. Somebody's good at business and computers, which should he choose? You already know the answer to that. Okay, let's just say you go for ice cream. Anybody like ice cream? Yeah, which flavor do you like? Chocolate, vanilla. So let's say that you can't, stand up, who are you? Stand up, what's your name? Yes. So let's just, which are your like two interesting ice creams that you like?
Vanilla and chocolate.
Okay, so let's say you like vanilla and chocolate. So you go to the ice cream wala, he says, what do you want? And you're saying vanilla, chocolate. Sometimes what do? Ah, yes, don't you? Double scoop, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Like chocolate, like vanilla, right? Vanilla. So can you put together business plus technology? Sure. You can make your own technology company. You can make the next WhatsApp and then sell it for, I don't know, $40 billion. You know? So it's not necessary that you only pick one route. Sometimes what happens is because streams exist, that we think that we have to just think only commerce or only non-medical. Then commerce means I'll go for business, non-medical means I'm going to go for some engineering. But you can actually start thinking of both even right now at this point. And there's nothing to stop you from starting how old are you? Which class are you in?
I'm in 8B and I'm 13.
13. Okay, so Bill Gates started programming when he was how old? Anybody know? When he was 12. And he started his first business deal when he was 13. You know what he did? He wanted to have access to a supercomputer. And so he got a company nearby to give, there was no internet at that time that he could access, but there was something else which was like you could dial up into a supercomputer. He went to a company that had a powerful computer and made a deal. He said that you give us access to your computer and me and my friends will make free software programs for you. He was 13. Yes. So you can start right now is what my point is. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait. You can do both. Have your ice cream now and eat it. Good. Any other doubts or questions? Really good question, yes. Anybody else? Questions? Doubts? Yes. Tell me your name, your class.
I'm Kajal, I'm in 9th.
Okay.
A person can have many multiple intelligence and many multiple nature. Like if you just
Yes.
go through it, so there can be many career options a person can opt for. Now, how can he actually think that which can be the best part that he'll perform the best in?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I'm going to answer your question in two parts. The first part is a little more theoretical. The second part is very, very practical. The theoretical part is this, that frankly speaking, when we talk about careers, there's not only one career. In other words, that if you go for medicine, it's not that you're just a doctor for your entire life. If you become an engineer, it's not that you're an engineer for your entire life. Most people, over the course of their lives, will change their career 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Let's keep that in mind. Number 2, your career is not just one specific job title. Like I'm educational director of Jiva Institute, that's my title. But sometimes I have to give lectures, sometimes I have to do webinars, sometimes I have to write curriculum, sometimes I have to manage a team, sometimes I have to check the sales, sometimes I have to think marketing. So for me on my day-to-day basis, I actually wear many hats. And that's not unusual for most people who work. Even doctors, they might have to write papers, do conferences, they might have to train other people. So it's not that they're always doing one thing, surgery, 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 surgery. They might have to do many things. So my first part of what I want to explain to you is that most careers involve different types of activities. Is that okay?
Yes.
And I'm telling you this because I think most people don't think that way. Most kids are stuck in this very minimal thinking. Okay, some career, some job. It's like a fantasy out there. But then when you ask them, they're just thinking about some stream, or they're just thinking about a subject like science, or they're thinking about some college and some degree. They're not thinking about career. And it's important that you start thinking about this now. The sooner you start thinking, the more clearly you start thinking now. Even though you're in 9th, the faster you're going to get to your day-to-day success. That's the best way I can explain. So that's the theory part. The second part is that I have made a beautiful tool that can help you make the decision. It's a piece of software. It kind of works like Google Maps, but for careers. It's like the Google Maps of careers that will tell you that how to get there. Would you like to see it? Yeah? Okay, I'll show you. Chaitanya. Is Chaitanya there? Yes, okay. Let's go to the next. So what I've made is I've made something called MN School program. And this is what many of the students are going to be doing in the school here. About 100 students have registered for the program. And what we will be doing, let's go to the next screen. Next, please. Okay. The challenges of choosing your stream, your career, your degree, your college, I've made a tool to help you do that. Next, please. It's called MN test. So I've made a test, and this is not one of those scary tests. You don't have to do any calculations or things like that. They're very simple questions. The questions are like, are you good with maths, or are you good at dancing, or those kind. And then you have to rate yourself. So if you're good at maths, you would say 5 out of 5. If you're bad at maths, you would say 1 out of 5. If you're like TikTok, nothing special, you'd put 3 out of 5. You get the idea how the test works? So there's 76 questions like that. You just simply have to rate yourself. And all of this is done online. It takes about a half hour. It's a very simple test. Most students tell me it was the most fun test they ever had. You can't, the marks are in your hand. So you don't have to, no calculation. It's not like a train was leaving Surat at 3:15 and they were another leaving at Delhi. What time did they cross? There's nothing like those kind of questions. It's all self-rating. So, yes. Oh, thank you. See, providing nature. She had them already open. See how that works? It's called MN test. So, next please. So these are what the questions look like. It's not very clear on the screen, but you'll see they're simple questions, 1 line. And then you have to rate yourself. Just click in the box 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next. So it'll ask a question like this one. If I had to prepare food for someone, I would take great pains to ensure it was exactly the food that the person liked and the taste was completely satisfying. Which nature do you think that this is testing? Yeah, providing nature. You see how it works? So if that's like you, yeah, when people come, I like. Or do you just like Majburi say, make the khana and just, chalo, let's go. So you would rate yourself 1 through 5.
But what if someone is not good at intra-personal relations? So how will that person know what he is best at?
I mean, instead of saying good, let's say strong.
Yeah.
Okay, small point, but it's still important. I'll show you. It will happen. Next. Next. Okay, so after you do the test, you will then see graphs like this one that will show where you're strong and where you're weak. Right? Which qualities are stronger and which are less. So if you can see here, the first one is bodily. This person is like above average. You can see there's a lower one for interpersonal. There's a much lower one, visual. So they're all at different heights. So it doesn't matter which ones are high or low. What my software will do is it will look at all of your strengths, the strengths of the tall ones, and it will try to find careers that use the same strengths that you have. Does that make sense? So in other words, if you had interpersonal, intrapersonal, healing, and educative, it would probably show you a job like psychologist or psychiatrist or social worker. If you were like naturalistic plus healing, so if you're naturalistic and healing, you can become an Ayurvedic doctor. You don't need entertaining. So what if you're not entertaining? And there are many jobs that don't require, your question, interpersonal. Like let's say a research assistant. Doesn't need to be interpersonal. I mean, marketing person needs to be interpersonal. But a researcher really doesn't need it. Or somebody who's an MIS professional, that they deal with information systems, database manager. So they deal on the back end, they work mostly by themselves. Or programmer, software programmer. 8-10 hours a day, they're just sitting there. They don't need to be interpersonal, it's not required. But certain jobs will require it. So it doesn't matter if you're strong in it or not. There's a place for you. Everybody has a career that will match, or more than one career that will match them, no matter what their strengths are. And that's exactly what my software does. My software will simply look at what are your strengths and which careers that match with your strength. What are your weaknesses? Okay, I won't put jobs that use those weaknesses. Does that make sense? Yes. It's pretty good. And I'll tell you, just like with Google, Google is great because there's billions of websites out there, and nobody can possibly keep running around and looking, so it helps simplify and speed up the search process. My software does the same thing. Instead of a person thinking of all the possible careers, the software will tell you right away. And here's what it looks like. Next. So you'll see your graphs. Next, please. Yes. And then it will show you a list of careers that match your particular nature. So this person, these are some of the jobs that match best for this person. A technical writer. Now, why technical writer? Technical writer is somebody, like let's just say that you get a computer and you need a help menu how to use this computer. So you have to write the manual for that. It's a technical writing. It's not creative. So this person is not necessarily creative, but their linguistic is strong. So technical writer came up. Another one is a news reader. I can see that this person might be a little bit entertaining and interpersonal and linguistic, and that's why news reader would also be possible. Not necessarily, the other qualities. If you see on the right side, can you see where it's up here? Let me see if my finger will go. 68% match. Do you see this? So this tells how strongly that career matches for you. So when you're doing searching, you can actually see how much that job is, so you can compare different careers. On this side over here, you can see, you can also filter. So if you say commerce on the tippy top up there, it'll only show you careers related to commerce that match you. If you do non-medical, it will show you careers that are non-medical that match you. You can look by salary, so you can filter from salary. You can filter from study requirements. So if you want to do graduation or PhD, it will show you which careers match that. And even fields over here. So if you say, I definitely want to go into hospitality, but I don't know which type of career, it might show you that hotel management might be better for you. Complete details about that particular career. So it will show you the salary stream, that's the best stream for that. Study requirements, the companies that hire, parents. Sometimes you might see a career, you say that, what is that career? I've never heard of it. But when you see the companies that hire, that will give you some confidence in making the choice that, okay, it's really a job and it can work. It'll give you a description, and this is the real cool part. You've used Google Maps before. When you type in your destination and you type in your current location, what does it do? Yeah, it gives you, and sometimes if you notice, there's like 3 buttons, it gives you different options. One is via walking, pedal, right? Another is car, another is bus. So what the software does is it will show you different routes to get to that same career. So if you want to be a newsreader, there's more than one way to do it. You can start by getting a Bachelor of Journalism in Mass Comm. You can then go to a certificate in TV anchoring. So this is a 3.5-year route to get there. There's another path which is a Bachelor of Journalism, then a Master of Journalism. That's a 6-year path to get to there. Now, probably somebody who's done a 6-year program might make more money, it's possible, but maybe you don't want to study that far. So the software will, just like Google Maps, will give you different options based on your interest and your requirements, that how you can reach that. There are over 1,800 degrees like this and thousands of paths that are in the software that will help you reach to your goal. And what I found is that most people actually don't know that there's more than one way to reach the same goal. And same thing for streams. Now I'm going to ask you a question, because I get this question all the time from students. Which stream is the best stream? Anybody?
Metro.
Which stream is the best stream? Oh, you got it, right? Yeah, it depends. A lot of people who are going to tell me that, yes, so medical is the best. Well, non-medical is second, right? Commerce is there, and then arts. But each one of these streams is possible. Let me ask you the question this way. Which is better? Plane, train, or auto? They're saying plane over here. Yeah, plane is good. If I want to go to the shopping mall down the road, plane is good, no? Sure, I'll go all the way to the airport. But students ask me this all the time. Sir, medical, non-medical, medical, non-medical, medical, non-medical. Which one do I pick? And then they'll take one stream and then they'll say, no, I made the wrong choice. I'm going to repeat the year and do it again with a different stream. This happens all the time. So the answer is, it depends where you're going. The same way, if I want to go to, let's just say, Delhi, which might be better? Plane or train, right? Depends on your budget, but either one of those. If I want to go to London, auto? Or you're very adventurous, whoever said that. So the answer is yes, it very much depends, because kids will ask me, sir, BBA or BCom, BBA, BCom, BBA, I'm confused. So it depends where you're going. That's actually how you make your decision. And what the software will do is it will give you those options that will show you multiple routes to the same direction. Then it's easy for you to choose based on your time and based on your budget. Okay, here's the next part that's very cool. When you look at the degree, these path 1, path 2, you can click on those as well. Next. Chaitanya, are you there? And it will show you what that degree means. There are more than 800 different degrees. So if it's a Bachelor of Journalism Mass Comm, what does it mean? What will you study? How long is it? This is the really cool part. Once you get to 11th and 12th, some of you might start thinking about colleges. So if you want to take this particular degree, all you got to do is click on the button and watch what happens. Chaitanya? Dun, dun, dun. Next. Dun, dun, dun. It will show you all of the colleges that offer that particular degree. Not bad, huh? So now you don't have to start running all over the internet to find out that which college. It will give you all of the colleges right there. Currently, the database has about 4,000 colleges in India. We will soon be uploading in about 1 month's time, 1 to 2 months, about 20,000 colleges that are international. So even if you're thinking of going to Singapore or the US or Australia or anywhere else, you will be able to find the same degree and be able to find it internationally. So all this will be available to you if you want to go for this. That even when you know apart from this software, even when you know your nature, you can use MI and MN to pick your hobbies, to pick your clubs. A lot of times people say, I'm going for chess club. Why? My friends are going there. Right? I'm going to go for like drama or dance, but the guy's like shy like this. Why? Because my friends are in there. So the software can also be helpful for you, seeing your MIs and MNs, at which clubs and which extracurricular activities you should get into to bring out your best qualities inside you. Okay, I'll stop again for questions because I'm just about finished. Any doubts or questions about how the software works? Everything, it's clear? You're getting the, did I samjhao you achhi tarah se? If there's no questions, either means that nobody got it or everybody got it. Yes?
So if we are giving the test like now, and you're gonna upload some international colleges in a month,
Yes.
so can we again check it about the college?
Yeah, here's the really cool thing. You will get a 1-year subscription to take the test. There's a 1-year subscription. So that means that whatever changes we make and improvements we make in 1 year, and we're usually updating something every 2 months or 3 months, something new is coming, you'll have access to all of that. So yes, you'll have it for a whole year from when you start. That's a really cool thing.
Thank you.
Yeah. And even if there's some things that you want, if you mail me and say we want this, we want that, my team will do it. We're going on adding, based on users, we add new features to the software all the time. There's even a cool thing, we've added a social feature like friending. So for example, let's just say that you want to share your report with me, or you want to share it with a teacher, or you want to share it with your father or mother or a relative. You can, just like with Facebook, you can friend them. And maybe, Chaitanya, can you go forward? Let me see if I can find the friending feature if it's there. Keep going. Next. Yeah. So there's a friending feature. It's just like Facebook. You can go in, you can search for somebody. If you want to friend me, you're welcome to friend me. And then what happens is that when you friend somebody else, they can see your profile. So they can see your MIs, your MNs, they can see the careers and the colleges and everything. So for example, if you're staying in the hostel and maybe parents or someplace else, they can log in, they can see it. And there's also a messaging program, so you'll be able to send a message internally, even between the teacher, the counselor, the student. Parents, this might be something that you might find valuable. All within the system, you can see the recommendations. There's also a favoriting option. So if there's like 3 or 4 careers that you're not sure about, you can select your 3 or 4 favorites. Colleges, you can select your favorites also. So when you come back again and again, you can see, add, delete. But sometimes we change our minds, no? I see this all the time. Like one day you want to be a fashion designer, and next day you want to be something else. So you have the ability to change your mind. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes. I'm going to beat you.
You choose a career, you know which one you have to choose, but still you have a doubt in that what you choose. Like, okay, someone is going for a business, but in a business there are thousands of fields, thousands of business. So which business to go for?
So this is a dilemma, right? A dilemma. Dilemma means a confusion. And I call this the ice cream dilemma. In fact, I wrote a book. Did anybody read my book yet? Have you seen my book? I have a book which is called Sir Has Read It. In fact, he was reading the book and somebody saw it and they stole the book from him because they wanted to read it. Because the book is called Ice Cream Dilemma, so they saw ice cream and they grabbed it. So I'll replace your book, don't worry. It's called the Ice Cream Dilemma. So basically what happens is you've got different options, and even within, if you might narrow it down to a field, and there can be options in between. Okay, now I have to tell you my ice cream strategy. Are you ready? All right. Did you ever have an ice cream dilemma? Right. So you go into the ice cream shop, and we talked with Yash about one kind of ice cream dilemma. This is slightly different. So you go in there, and how I actually got the title for this book is that one day I went to, do you have like Baskin Robbins or Gyani's here? What do you have? Baskin Robbins, right? So I went to Gyani's one day in Delhi. And I went in, and I was looking and I got confused. Some woman stepped right in front of me, as they do in Delhi all the time. Stepped right in front of me, she said, "Give me bananas and cream." I thought, how did she know exactly what she wanted? I was like so angry that not just she cut in front of me, but she knew what she wanted. That bothered me more. So then I got actually the philosophy that how to choose ice cream. Now this philosophy will work not just for careers, but also for ice cream. So you can use this philosophy when next time you go to Baskin Robbins. Okay. So when you're not sure which ice cream you want, what should you do? Let's think of Kaun Banega Crorepati. Have you seen KBC before? Okay. So you have 4 options that you have to choose from in KBC. Now what's the first thing that you do if you don't know which is the answer? Do you first go for Lifeline? It's not the first thing you do. You think, oh, you got it. Say it loud.
We remove the option which is not needed.
Exactly. So you first eliminate the options that you know are not right. Make sense? So for example, when I go for ice cream, the first thing I do right away is fruity flavors out. Right? Like if you're doing KBC and they say, which is the longest river in the world? Is it A, the Nile, B, the Amazon, C, the Ganga, or D, the Rio? So you look at that and you say, well, I don't think it's the Ganga. Let me eliminate that. So you have to eliminate the one that you know is not right. First thing you do. Once you start to eliminate, you can start to shortlist the ones that are more likely. So for example, in my case, I know that I don't like fruity, and I don't like too much chocolate. I prefer some vanilla and chocolate. So now I've reduced my options down to, it might be chocolate chip, or cookies and cream, or Chunky Monkey. You with me? Now here's the key to the selection. If I choose from any of those 3, chocolate chip, cookies and cream, or Chunky Monkey, there is a very, very high chance I will enjoy any one of them. Is that clear? Because at certain points in your life, you can't do everything. You're going to have to make some choices, and you're going to have to eliminate other choices. Like in my case, my musical is strong, and my educative is also strong. You haven't seen my musical. I haven't shown that to you yet. But my musical is strong. My entertaining is pretty okay. Thank you. But my educative is actually really strong. I'm like good at some jawing. No? So I had to make a choice between doing music as my profession or doing education as my profession. I suppose I could have done a double scoop and have become a music teacher. I could have done that. But I chose mainstream education. Now music I still do as a hobby. I still play music and I do that, but I had to make a choice. So my point is, as long as you pick from the options that are within your range, it doesn't matter which one you pick. Chocolate chip, cookies and cream, Chunky Monkey, you will enjoy it. So that's how you get out of the ice cream dilemma. You like that? Nice. Try that when you go to Baskin Robbins next time. You're going to be an expert. You'll walk straight up and you'll say, okay, eliminate those things. Okay, inme se Chunky Monkey. You become ice cream choosing experts. Okay, any other question? Yes.
A person's aptitude, a person's MI or MN, it can change. Like when I was 2 years back, my MIs and MNs were not the same as they are today. So what's the perfect time a person should choose which career, which stream to opt for?
Okay, what's your name, which class?
Kajal 9.
Yeah, Kajal, right, okay. Great question. Here's the way that you need to look at it. MI and MN is a potential inside of you. In the same way, if you have a seed, let's say you have an apple seed, right? There is a potential inside that apple seed to become an apple tree. There is a potential apple tree in that seed. So what happens is that when you take that apple seed and you put it in the right environment and you cultivate it, then it will grow, it will come out. You will never find a mango tree come out of that apple seed. Not possible. But depending upon the environment that you're in and the cultivation that you do, that potential might become more or less realized. There are some seeds that are more potent than other seeds. If you're a farmer and you go to the market, they'll tell you that there's one that it's 1,000 rupee per kilo seed, and there's also 200 rupee per kilo seed. 1,000 rupee wala will become big and strong. They're from healthy, much more healthy and potent plants. That seed will grow to be more. So you can say somebody like Sachin Tendulkar, which MI is very strong in Tendulkar, right? Bodily. So he had super high bodily potential. Now what did he do? He cultivated his cricket skill from that bodily. And he cultivated it and it came out. So what's happening is not that your MIs have changed. It's not that I was once a mango but now I'm an apple. No. What's happened is that that quality was not manifest yet. It was not very apparent. But due to your cultivation, you have brought that quality out. However, if you don't have that quality inside, and this is what I tell especially to parents, is that a lot of times parents say, Beta, I want you to become engineer like Papa. But maybe the child doesn't have the logical thinking or spatial, the visual intelligence required by an engineer, because they're more like Mama, who might be more interpersonal and communicative. So parents especially, be sure not to try to make your apple tree into a mango tree, because it ain't gonna work. Find out the quality and then bring it out and cultivate it. Does it answer the question?
Yes.
Okay, nice question. Okay, yes.
This software, right?
Yes.
It calculates the highest probability for success. But what if the options it gives me, and if I don't like those options, then what do I do?
Okay. I would say it calculates what it does is that it shows you the careers that are most in line with your nature. Let's say that first.
So I'm supposed to get.
So I'm saying that it will show you the ones that are most likely for you to do well at. Let's say that. If you want to say success, fine. My point is that if you don't like that one, you can go to the next one and choose it. You can go to the next one, choose it. You can go to the next one. Because it's not only showing you one or two options. It will show you hundreds of options. My suggestion is that you'll see a match percentage. Did you see before it said like 70% match? I suggest that, because it'll start from 100% match down to 20, 30, 15% match. I suggest that if you make a choice, it should be above 70% match. And you'll probably find at least 15 jobs or more that are 70% match. And I guarantee that from 15 of the top matches that come, you'll find one that you like. That I will guarantee. There's rarely a case that somebody has said to me that I couldn't find something I liked in the top 10. It's never, I don't even recall that. There's more than 1.5 lakh students who've done this test all over the country. And there's rarely somebody who said I couldn't find anything. If there's a problem, usually it's because of the way the student is looking at it. They might have a distorted perspective. Nice question. Any others? But that just because you think you don't like it, doesn't mean that you wouldn't enjoy it. Sometimes you look at an ice cream and you'll say, no way, I don't want that. I'll give you another ice cream story. One time I was at the Park Plaza Hotel in Gurgaon. I had come from here to there, long trip, and I was very hungry. I wanted to go for full buffet. I went for full buffet, 1,000 rupees, and I sat down and I ate all the things, paid bhartak. Then at the end, the waiter came over and he said to me, sir, do you want dessert? I said, already I'm completely full, there's no space. He said, sir, we have some special ice cream, and this is, pan flavored ice cream. You know pan? Pan flavored ice cream. I said, definitely no. He's saying, no, sir, please. It's homemade. We made it here special. You really like? I said, listen, I don't even like pan, and you can forget pan ice cream. No way. Sir, please. He's after my life. I said, okay, don't eat my brain. Just bring it. I'll have aapke liye ek chammach khaunga. He brought the pan flavored ice cream. I ate the whole bowl. It was so good. So sometimes our perception of something seems like I won't like that thing. But what I say is that give it a try. You never know. Maybe you wind up becoming a newscaster for a health channel, or you become something, you never know. So I say that don't close off your options. Give it a try. If you don't like it, then skip it. But the test is pretty accurate as far as the choices go. That thing I've seen. Give it a try first. Proof is in the ice cream or pudding. Good. How are we doing? जब तक वो प्रश्न आएंगे तब तक मैं okay, right now parents are coming. Good.
You said about the ice cream dilemma. I have read the book. One thing I want to put, if I'm taking my child to have ice cream, you said you have to eliminate the options which you don't like and you have what you like. But children, sometimes they have 3 options. Okay, they choose the one. And then after eating that, they say, I could have chosen that one, the other one. That is the same thing with the careers. If as a parent, if a child tells me, my child tells me, I want to go for this stream. Okay, I accept it. Okay, fine, you go ahead. And then, if he regrets, we asked him, then we tell him that you should have gone by our way. We already told you that choose this stream and this is wrong for you. What do we do?
I think as a parent, that's a really tough decision because you don't want to lead your child into the wrong decision. That will be the worst thing, that they go for whatever you told them and then they come back and say that, what did you do? It was you forced me. And vice versa. You don't want to let them make a mistake, go into the wrong career, and then you say, see, I told you. Because you don't want to see them make a mistake. So this is from both sides that's there. One of my suggestions is this, that please try to expose the children to the careers of their interest as early as possible. So for instance, if the child says, I want to go for law, I want to become a lawyer, you can at least get them to go find somebody in your family circle or somebody who you know who's a lawyer and let them shadow. Let them go with them for a day and actually see what it's like on a day-to-day basis. In fact, this recently happened with a friend of mine that his son was saying, I want to go for law, I want to go for law. He had another friend. He said, okay, you go with him, go to the court for one. After 3 hours, he said, no way, this is definitely not for me. But he was actually thinking. So this is one thing that you can do, is get them to explore those careers as early as possible and let them do some research. They can go online, they can, sometimes what happens is that they get a little bit influenced by what they see on television or those kind of things. But let them do some research, and I think shadowing is one great way that they could find it out. Connect them to somebody who's also in that career. So if he wants to be, I'll give you an example, a freelance writer. He wants to be a freelance writer. He's a little entrepreneurial, strong, linguistic is strong, creativity is strong, and he wants to. It was a fun, lively interaction, lots of questions. You've got very bright students, and it looks like bright parents too. And I hope to continue my interaction with you. So any doubts or questions that you have, you can also, through the system, if you want, you can connect to me, share your ID with me. If you have some questions, I'm happy to try to answer those questions as well. So with that, I say thank you very much.
Sir, one final question, though it's totally irrelevant, but curiosity kills the cat. I really want to know what brought you to India and why specifically Faridabad.
Okay, so the answer is gulab jamun. Somebody fed me one gulab jamun in New York. I said, I want to go to the land where this came from. That must be. I had told you that I wanted to be a musician, and I got my job teaching. And in my first class that I started to teach, I had a realization. It was like a Akashvani that told me that you're not a rock star, you're a teacher. And I decided that I wanted to open a school. And I thought to myself that I want to open up a school that just doesn't teach anything, but that teaches people to find out their nature. So that was more than 20 years ago. And and I met a gentleman who was from India, but he was living in New York. And I talked to him, I said, this is my dream. He said, come to India with me and let's open up that school. He was from Faridabad.
That's really inspiring.
So that's how I got there. And the school is Jiva Public School. It now has about 1,500 students, nursery through 12th. And you're welcome, all of you, any of you, parents, teachers, students, to come interact with our kids. And I'll tell you one interesting thing. Every student practically in my school, at least from the primary and up, If you ask them, what's your MI, what's your MN, they'll all tell you like this: my interpersonal, my intrapersonal, my bodily is strong, my entertaining. They can all rattle it off and they know which careers that they're going for. So that part of my dream has been fulfilled. But my extended dream is I don't want to restrict this only to my students in my school. I think that every single child in the world deserves to know that who they are, what their nature is, so they can become not Dukkhiatma but Sukhyatma. This is my dream.
Sir, before you take a seat, I have literally scanned your profile because it was really fascinated me, and I would like you to end this on a musical note, if a few lines, please. Chaitanya sir, can we have you here with the guitar, please? Very quick. Yes, of course, sir.
Alright, so the song I'm going to sing is a Hindi song. It's an original song. And the lyrics were given to me by a friend of mine who's a lyricist in Mumbai. He's written songs for Bollywood movies. His name is Rajesh Jodi. And the name of the song is called Jeevan Ke Anmol Pal. And Rajesh gave me the lyrics and I put my own music to it. So the music is mine and the lyrics are from Rajesh, from a real live Bollywood lyricist. And it's called Jeevan Ke Anmol Pal.
आते जाते कट जाएंगे हंसते गाते जीवन के अनमोल पल जीवन को आसान बनाए आओ मिलकर खुशी मनाए जीवन के अनमोल पल खेल खेल में पढ़ते जाए हर पल आगे बढ़ते जाए जीवन के अनमोल पल में जागो जागो कभी वक्त ना जाए कल जीवन के अनमोल पल जीवन के अनमोल पल जीवन के अनमोल पल बरस बरस कर चढ़ जाएंगे मुश्किल के ये काले बादल जीवन के अनमोल पल बरस बरस कर टूट जाएंगे मुश्किल के ये काले बादल जीवन के अनमोल पल जीवन है एक गीत सुहाना हर दिन जिसको मिलके गाना जीवन के अनमोल पल सोचो तो आकाश तुम्हारा चाहो तो बदलेगी धारा जीवन के अनमोल पल में बस विश्वास जगाओ जो चाहो जीवन में पाओ जीवन के अनमोल पल यही समय जागो जागो कभी वक्त ना जाए कल जीवन के अनमोल पल जीवन के अनमोल पल जीवन के अनमोल पल में है जागो जागो कभी वक्त ना जाए ढल जीवन के अनमोल पल बरस बरस कर टूट जाएंगे मुश्किल के ये काले बादल जीवन के अनमोल पल यही समय है जागो जागो कभी वक्त ना जाए ढल जीवन के अनमोल पल
Wow, that was the cherry on the cake performance. It was wonderful, sir, and equally inspiring too. Thank you so much. We've been so honored and grateful to have you here with us today. A very fruitful session, and I'm sure wishing you all a very bright, fruitful, and a musical future ahead. I hope you all had a great time here. Thank you so much, one and all.